Queen is loading. Mae Muller,
Hello,
hello.
my darling.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. The last time we saw each other was at a trash can. Do you remember?
I do remember backstage at the Electric Ballroom, wasn't it?
That's right, literally by the dump.
It's so
It was not.
on brand for us. Like the
But you,
crash.
too funny. Where are you right now?
I just put my
Ooh.
hair on a plate. I'm in the Universal building. Maybe I shouldn't. So
Ooh.
yeah, that's where I am. I'm doing just busy doing business girl stuff.
Yes, you are a boss woman. And of course, your new album is Sorry I'm Late. First question for you. Where were you? Why weren't you on time?
I was busy slaying. I was just busy being a girl. I'm just a girl, William.
Are you not punctual?
No, do you know what? I really try to be. Like, I'm not the sort of person where I can just roll up to something like hours late and be fine with it. But I do tend to be late often, but it's like, it does stress me out. It's still a stressful thing. Like, I was late to the album cover shoot, which was just so like
Oh
meta.
no.
And it was like a 2-day shoot, and I woke up like at the time I was meant to be there, and my the president of my label had to come and knock on my window and be like, "Where are you?" Because they all thought I was dead, but I wasn't dead.
No, you
I was,
were resting up so that you could slay at full throttle.
do you know what I mean? I just had to get I just had to get some beauty sleep. But no, it was quite stressful. But then I got there, and because it was obviously the cover art, it was such a big kind of production anyway that
Gorgeous.
I don't think the crew were even ready. So I kind of slipped in like unannounced and quickly got my glam on, and I don't think anyone even noticed.
This cover art, it's incredible. Like Queen at the Feast. Could you tell us the idea behind it?
The Last Supper. So I mean, I think so. The title came first, and I actually really struggled to think of an album title for a while. It wasn't just like something that I had known for ages, and I was like, what? I had all the songs, but I was like, what do I call it now? And the second I thought of Sorry I'm Late, all these kind of creative, like that's when the creative ideas started, flowing, and that's when I knew that it was a good title. So I thought, wouldn't it be so cool to almost, for the cover art to be a sort of scene where I can like arrive, and it's like, I'm arriving at the rest of this new chapter, this new era. And I've always loved the idea of having kind of like multiple characters that can all be me, but also represent a song and something that we can really play around with visually and have really glam moments and have fun with hair and makeup and the looks. And I just thought it was kind of a perfect way to do that. And it all came from my brain, and it's exactly how I imagined it.
Not just your brain, your enormous brain, your hilarious.
Look.
Oh, I can see it. I see that big head, girl. No, I'm just kidding.
She's popping out. Look, the brain's literally popping out. My big forehead.
Oh my God. Well, we see a lot of that forehead on your Insta in a hilarious video where you're sort of, you show up to dinner as different characters, different looks. Are those different songs? How many characters are there?
Yes. So I think altogether there are 15 characters, and they all represent a song on the album. And so the singles so when we announced the album, like, so Better Days and I Wrote a Song, because they were already out, they didn't have a character, but all the unreleased songs had a character, because I thought it would be cool, like when people start slowly hearing them, like they can kind of guess. So they all represent, so I kind of wrote each title down, each song down, and then I kind of brainstormed, like, what do they look like? Like, what are their characteristics? Like, what do they represent? Like, is it powerful? Is it vulnerable? Is it, intimidating? And it was just so, I've never done anything like that before, and it was just so much fun. And I think as well as representing songs on the album, they also represent kind of like all the different parts of me that have, what it's taken to get here, and what it's taken to get to this point, and how all of these things sitting at this table we can all have inside of us, to get like living together in a way.
Oh,
It was a whole lot.
not written by a woman, written by women, girl, because there are a lot of ladies at
A
the
lot,
table.
a lot of ladies, a lot of ladies. It was a fun party. I tell you that for free.
Now, how long did it take you to write the album from start to finish?
Wow, it was weird because it wasn't like a beginning and an end. It wasn't like today I'm going to start writing my album. It was like, you know, I think I wrote the first song like 5 years ago, and then from then it kind of I just kept on writing and I kept on writing and I kept on writing, and then I suddenly was like, oh my gosh, like I have all these songs and I have like I can hear the kind of journey that I've been on, and it kind of I think it wasn't until I wrote a song, and that was I actually thought I had finished the album before then, but then I wrote a song and I was like, okay, like this is the last one. So it was kind of over a 5 year period, like literally, I was a kid when I started writing this album, so it's kind of crazy.
Oh, I just want to shout out to some people who are following. EJ Vreck says they love you, May. Lila Olivier says, I honestly can't wait for this album. And Rachel Dillon says, she's written by a woman.
She is indeed. She is indeed. And I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I really, really, I'm so proud of it. And I think there's definitely like there's a song for everybody on there, and there's a song for like every mood. Like I've got the bops, like the fun, like pop, bad bitch bops, and that we've got some like sad breakup songs, but we've got the breakup bops as well. We've got some that are a bit more kind of like just a bit like, what's the word, like melancholy, and you can think and look out the window, pretend you're in a music video. Like it's just there's something for everyone.
Well, on that note, which song do you think we're going to have on repeat? Besides I Wrote a Song, because that's looping already. Besides that, what will be on repeat?
I mean, obviously, Me, Myself, and I think is a big banger. And I also think there's a song which is not released yet called Nervous in a Good Way. And I really think that is going to be like a favorite. I feel like it's kind of, I've never sort of released anything like that before, but it's such a nice balance of like heartfelt, but it's got drive and it's got a beat and you can dance to it, but you can also kind of, it's something that I guess it's kind of thought provoking in a way. I don't know if that's a bit dickish to say about my own song, but I think it's just got all the ingredients, I think, for a good song, I think. So I'm hoping you'll like it.
Mind of Maz says melancholy. She's pulling out the big words.
That's a big word for Elmo.
But you know what? What's Nervous about? What story are you telling?
What story am I telling? So in Nervous, I obviously, I know, don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to write a lot about relationships and about boys being rubbish. And this song was kind of like that feeling you get when after you've had like so many toxic situations, time and time again, and then once you actually do find something which is kind of pure and like and honest and safe, and it's not toxic, it's like, oh my gosh, this is actually what it's meant to feel like, and I am worthy of love, and it kind of makes you feel like a kid again, and that it's that kind of almost naive feeling, but you kind of want to stay there, and I hadn't felt like that in a long time, and so I kind of wanted to write a song which was less doom and gloom about relationships and something a bit more what's the word, hopeful. So that's what it's about. So it's a little it's me being nice, which doesn't happen very often.
Stay there, girl. You got to stay there. And I just want to say, Polly.chronic says, pre-ordered the signed vinyl and the CD. You're giving people options.
All the options. Yes, I love. I mean, look, help your girlie out and pre-order. Because we're doing a lot of like fun things. We're doing a lot of like bundles. We've got like a lot of merch bundles, and yeah, I've got some vinyls that are signed, and then I'm doing some vinyls which I'm like signing a personal message. So whatever you want me to say, like I'll write it down. So as long as it's not too naughty, or it can be naughty, I don't mind.
Well, Jacob RSC asks, which songs are for the gays?
All my songs are for the gays. Let's start there. I mean, I do think like Nervous is gonna be, it is such a moment. I feel like a lot of people will resonate with that, and I feel like, I don't know, I can imagine like the LGBTQ plus community just kind of really accepting that song and like kind of, I don't know, I hope that I hope that people enjoy it. But Bitch with a Broken Heart, that's a bad bitch banger, which will hopefully get everyone feeling themselves. Yeah, there's a few.
I just need to tell you, Holly Tandy Official, X Factor star, is in the chat sending you lots of hearts and lots of love.
Oh my God, girl!
You got them stars, girl.
I'm not worthy.
Now, Bitch with a Broken Heart. Tell us, was it difficult to write? Or rather, let me ask a different question. What was the most difficult song to write?
That's a good question. I think there's a song on there called I Wish I Could Hate You, and it was kind of difficult. It was easy in a way that the lyrics did kind of come easily, but like emotionally it was kind of difficult because it was about a breakup. And it was quite recently after the breakup, and I was like really going through it, and I was really upset, and I'd kind of worn myself out by writing about this situation. So I thought maybe I'll write about it from his perspective, which really fucked me up. But I'm so happy I did it because it brought something else out of me, and it brought something else out of the song. And then writing from his perspective, like my perspective also came out, and it's just about like, you know, sometimes when you fall out of love with someone, like that's the only reason why the relationship ends, and sometimes that's really, really hard to deal with. And it's like, it's much easier in the moment to like hate someone and be angry at them because you can kind of hold on to that anger and it kind of carries you. But when there's nothing to be angry about, you're just left with the sadness. And I think that's kind of how I was feeling. I was like, I'm not angry. I don't feel hard. Like, I don't feel like I've been done dirty. I just feel sad. And like, that's really, I don't want to, like, it's hard, you know? So that was probably one of the most difficult songs to write in a way.
You know what? Mae Muller is so much more than the bop queen, and we're really seeing that. It seems like this album is going to reveal new layers to you.
Oh, I hope so. I feel like, I mean, I've been writing music for such a long time, and I feel like this album this is. I want people to know that. I want people to know that I'm a songwriter first and foremost. That's like my love. I love to tell stories. I love to, you know, write from the heart, and like that's where I get so much joy from. And so I'm looking forward to people sort of being reintroduced to that, because if you go back into my discography, like that's all, like I have like EPs, and all my sort of early singles are really like songwriter, like lyrics based. So I'm excited to get back to that.
And there are a few comments coming in. Ava22X says the lesbians love you.
The only reason why I'm reacting to that is because I know Ava. I know Ava very well, girl. Hey, I'm doing it for the girls. I'm doing it for the girls, gays, and nays, you know?
Ailes Molly says the same thing. The lesbians love you, queen.
I mean, isn't that the biggest compliment of all? Like, thank you so much.
That is,
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
But you are a beautiful lyricist. And actually, one thing I'm really interested in, is there a lyric on this album which you think is going to be really memorable, or which really sums up what you're doing?
I think there's a lyric in a song called Miss America, which is one of my favorites on the album, and it's sort of about like just the pressures of like being a woman, being an artist, but also just like just trying to exist in this kind of crazy world. And there's a line on the second verse, and it goes, hard to believe in my 20s, feel like my life is over, feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm just getting older. And it's like, I feel like especially for women, there's so much shame and like guilt put on aging, and even just the little things and I know it's not just exclusive to women, that feeling, but I do feel like there is a lot more pressure in like the anti-aging products, and like, you know, the Botox, and like there are people, I mean, I've had Botox, I'm 26, and I'll do it again, but it's like
she looks good.
She looks I'm good. But I think there is, you know, why do I feel like I'm doing something wrong? Why do I feel like I'm making a mistake just by getting older? Like, it's the most natural thing that can possibly ever happen to a person. And I think that kind of one lyric sums up a lot of what I'm speaking about on the album, is like just kind of trying to exist under the kind of societal like pressures that we're put under every single day, that we kind of forget that it's kind of deemed as normal. But when you really look at it, it's like, this ain't right. It ain't right.
You're getting a lot of love for Anticlimax. Holly Tandy says Anticlimax is a banger.
Oh my God. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Holly, because that is one of my songs that was like one of my most streamed songs at the time. And obviously I was streaming less. So like, I think it must have like 6 or 7, maybe like 6 million streams on Spotify. And at the time, that was like so big for me. I was like, oh my gosh. But I love that song so much. That was like, I think that if you don't know it, you should like it. I think that was like one of the songs that kind of made people like their ears pricked up a bit. And yeah, it was about when I dated a naughty boy.
Gosh, there seem to be a few of them in the back catalogue. These naughty boys.
She's lived a life, babe. She's lived a life.
Yes. Jamie Nolan says, I Wish I Could Hate You and Tatiana. Ollie Horrobin, love Anticlimax. It's a bop. Now we have another question. This is Mouth the Platypus. Mouth the Platypus says, will we get another music video?
I mean, I love like making visuals for my songs. Like it's one of my favorite things to do. So I think we're just gonna we're gonna get the album out, and we're gonna see like what songs like people like the best, I guess. And I'd love to do a video for Nervous. I feel like I've got some ideas for that, but you'll definitely be seeing some visuals in the future, because you know, a music video is that's like half the fun, isn't it? But yeah, I'm gonna see what people like, and then go from there.
So we have 3 minutes left, and I want to ask you a big question. On the 29th, when the album drops, what are you doing? Are you throwing a party? Will you be at home with your parents?
I'll tell you what I'll be doing. Do you want to know what I'm doing on Friday, 29th of September? Yes. I'm on Graham Norton, babe. She's on the Graham Norton show. And then I'll be going out and doing a lot of tequila shots.
It's so on brand.
That is the plan. That is my release plan.
And you know what? You've won so many new fans over the past year. So many. A lot of them are sitting here right now on this chat. They discovered you through Eurovision. What do you want to say to them? You know, Eurovision's over. That's the past, and Mae Muller's the future. What's your message?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sticking by me. It was quite a turbulent journey, but you guys like have literally just given me all the joy in this past year, 6 months, however long it's been. Like, I couldn't have done it without you. And I love you guys, and I'm so excited for you to see what we've been working on, and just carry on this journey with me. It's gonna be a fun one, I think.
She is Mae Muller. The album is Sorry I'm Late, out Friday the 29th of September. We can celebrate by watching Graham Norton. May, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure, darling.
And next time,
I'm still waiting for the skincare routine, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This lighting is horrible. It's giving me all sorts of bags and shadows.
I need that skincare routine in my DMs by the end of this evening.
Consider it done.
Thank you so
much. Yes. Love you, girl. See you later.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.